Hello. Welcome to the... I just got a couple hours of sleep last night, up worried about not having a job tomorrow stream. Yay. Let's try to work through our fears by not thinking about them and just doing art all day stream. Yay. So I think I want to do a couple more colors on this. I thought this would be enough. But now I feel like I need a whitish stone. You know, and I thought I needed reddish, but I have a feeling if I mix my red it would end up pretty much just like this brown. So maybe I only need one more color. Brush still up. Hey Pulex, have you ever considered teaching at places like Digipen? I filled in a class for a friend of mine, the guy who writes the YouTube channel Extra Credits. I was like a substitute teacher for him once, but in order to have a full-time gig there, you have to have a degree in teaching or a master. I don't know. You have to have some level of education. I do not have. Also, I've heard nothing but terrible things about Digipen, so maybe things have gotten better, I don't know. I don't mean from students, I mean from people who have worked there or currently work there. Let's do this light gray. Thanks for the idea, though. Always open to ideas. Is it too bright? Called darken it up just a hair of darkening. Don't need a lot of these. Sigrid, how you doing? Howdy, hey. Get ready for an either extremely depressing stream or a really like manic, silly stream. I've got the hardly slept at all last night thing going on. Haven't eaten much, haven't slept much. Turn the music up. Is it low? It's because you need to cover up my singing. How you doing today, Kenzo? On this beautiful morning. Oh, 9 p.m. I always get it mixed up. It's morning when I stream at my night. That's right. When it's afternoon for me, it's night for you. Early summer. Oh, wow. We're having a late winter over here. It's freezing. I'd be happy to trade. For whatever reason, I prefer being hot when I'm doing art to being cold. Cold makes me feel closed off. Hot might get like irritating. If I just strip down to a tank top, put on a fan, I'm usually alright. I'm like bundled up and my hands are cold, right? Because I can't have a heater right on my hands. It just makes art way less fun. Humans hibernate like bears. Good point. Hey, Quasar. No, I was like 2 minutes late. I usually try to do 1 p.m. Pacific on Sunday. got distracted trying to get my resume sent to coworkers and friends who know things about resumes so they can critique it, help me fix it, make it good. You know, maybe I'll get super lucky and I won't need it, but hopes are not high. Hey Vesberg, how you doing? In Denmark. It's been nice spring weather. Sun, sun, sun. Oh man, nice. I can't wait for that here. Lucy Gonzalez, subscribe. Thank you, Lucy Gonzalez. I just forgot my magical light. However I cut this, I think it's like slightly concave, so I'm not getting the center of the tile. I keep getting just edges, which, I mean, you definitely see that in stone pavers. It's not unusual, but I don't want them all to be that way. I have more. I just kind of want to save them because I don't remember where I got them. I'm sure I could get them on Amazon for like $2. I shouldn't be stingy with it. And yet here I am, being stingy with it. Vesberg says, afraid I missed your business card unboxing. How did they turn out? Are you happy with them? Overall, yes. There's a slight problem with them in that the spot lacquer that I got done doesn't exactly match up where it's supposed to. So it's close, and it doesn't make as big a difference here on the front where it's just kind of these jewels, but on the back it's supposed to be on that text. Let's see. So specifically the BOLD. Okay, there. Hard to tell on that, but specifically, look at his sword. Like, his sword is shiny. See where the shine is? It's like almost not even touching the sword. So Yeah, I sent them pictures of it. Yeah, you can see it on the Colossus's eye as well. So, sent them pictures of it. I don't know. They got back to me and said, can you give us more pictures of like front to back of the whole run so we know it's not just a card or two. And so I did that and waiting to hear back. I would assume they're just going to reprint them for me. I don't know. If not, it's not a huge deal. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, I would like clients to expect a certain level of care about detail from me and that to be reflected in my business cards. So make it right, overnightprints.com. They had an option where you pay $1 to have a human actually look at your order to, you know, kind of make sure things, I presumed, like this wouldn't happen. But I have a feeling they just looked at the files that I uploaded to, you know, make sure there wasn't anything wrong with those. They didn't actually have a human closely examine the final result, or if they did, they, you know, aren't familiar enough with the art to notice that amount of mistake. I think that's how they keep it so cheap. They are like pretty much completely, like a lot of print-on-demand places are very close to human-free. Do I want to get out another paintbrush and everything just for this one little spot that I'm seeing? No, I do not. But I do have black and a dropper. I could just go boop. Working way too hard on one stupid little thing. Wow. Didn't even, after all that work, now I've got the sunk cost fallacy, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to keep working at this one stupid little speck that no one will ever notice. Is this not working? What's going on? Tiny little speck that no one ever would have noticed fixed. It feels so much better now. those dry for a couple minutes. Let's get back to our itty bitty line head to replace our big old daddy lion head. Oh, that reminds me. So I have. Okay, if you weren't here yesterday, what I was trying to do was have this sort of thing going on. And after I got it all in, I was like, there is just no good way to put the of in here. Like, I could give them a monocle and a weird FI. I could break it up, which look really dumb. I could put it on top, which looks really dumb. I could like embed it somehow, which all looks really dumb. I can't move it down because there's a video monitor playing video here, so I can't really do that. You know, I've been tilting it further and further back, and like, you know, I could go like, but basically no matter what I did, it just wasn't looking good. So that led me to the idea of little lion head right here instead, and then I'll just have normal. But now I'm not sure if I want little of in there. The only reason is because I would like to do something, some kind of special treatment. Like these are going to be gold-ish looking, kind of like the bottom here, with, you know, stone around them. But I wanted the BO and LD to kind of, like on my business card, I gave them a little bit of like a greenish highlight. Like they're covered with some kind of green lacquer that's kind of cracking off. Just subtle. It's very subtle, but I like the idea of just subtly having the bold in there. BOLD. Yeah, the top looks like the best out of all the bad options. I would like to just not have a bad option. This is what was there, but I don't. That's just my little signature, right? And that's not what I'm wanting to emphasize. I'm wanting to drive people to my platforms. Luciana Alcantara. That's how I'm gonna say it. I mean, unless you correct me, and then I'll totally say it the way you want. Okay, so the question is, if I am going to be putting a special treatment on the BOLD, do I need a full size of? Just give me a second, because I printed out a different size of it. I'm going to see how long it would take to fix it. Because it took me like 45 minutes to cut out all these letters yesterday. So I imagine just the O and the F would go pretty fast. And it's still not the size of the other ones, although there's a little bit of variation due to, you know, just wanting to do a little fancier stuff with them here and there. Yeah, I think it's the better part of Valor to just do that. Hey, Bookworm Blue! Howdy, howdy, thanks for following. So that means, oh, here's another one I need to delete. Sangre. Listen to what it does up here. It's like bleh, bleh, literally. Yeah. What are you doing? That is not allowed. Okay, so I'm removing you from the playlist. Then I have to go on to my actual music place and be like, go into YouTube generics, look up Sangre. This is the only way to purge these songs from my playlist because I'm really bad at software and don't know how to do anything ever. Okay, deleted. Where? Is that just a misspelled where is following? I like it. Okay, so cutting this. That's what I was gonna do. Oh, is that F gonna be the same size as this F? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, beautiful. So, put some spray adhesive on this guy. For some reason, it gets sticky when you put the spray adhesive on. I don't get that. For some reason. I should really write them and let them know that that's annoying. I mean, I want it to stick to the thing I'm sticking it to, but I don't want it to stick to me. Is that too much to ask? Okay, so this stuff is expanded PVC. Expanded PVC. White balance ain't no good, is it? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I cut the other letters out of. It seems to work pretty well. I think, so when I paint the gold on there, I'm gonna surround them with kind of a, you know, this kind of stone look, where it's just kind of, well, what is that look? I should really know. I should really have a name for that look. It's kind of rough hewn, maybe, is a good way to put it. I don't know. Hi, AJ. Dottie, how you doing? Sticking my of down. Walk with me. I'll look at my jigsaw. Or fly with me as maybe. Someday I'm gonna clean and organize my shop again. Like a couple years ago. Found me why it didn't stay clean and organized. I need to redistribute these letters. Also, if anyone's good at spelling, spell check this for me, because I guarantee you I could even misspell my own business name. David, Hainby. See a movie. Oh, okay. Glad you got a good workout digging yourself out. Letha says, when I went jogging today, I pushed myself to go a bit faster. My legs are fine, but my lungs were convinced I was trying to kill them. Yep. Oh, you can't watch the horrific part where I cut my fingers off? Kenzo says, hope you're wearing full PPE and wear your gloves. I can see blood. I've never hurt myself on the jigsaw. That's like the hardest saw to hurt yourself on. It's a very gentle saw. Okay. So, one problem now, since I hacked up this top line, if I do this, hold that, this, I'm trying to decide if I need to just get rid of this central emblem. Like, do I want to just... Oh. You know, it would be a thing that I could do. I could just cut some wood real quick. That would fill in that gap. Where would that be? Real quick. Just quick enough to cut off a finger. It says we did a haunted house thing a couple years back. Most of it was only moderately scary until they brought out chainsaws. Even though I knew they were fake, I panicked out of my mind and couldn't get out of the stupid room until Janae and Shayla were able to fetch and guide me. Oh, that sounds awful. Just kidding. They've got nasty habits, tearing with a bleeding pain. Yeah, so I can just hot glue that down. I've got a spot I can sculpt off of. This stream is a multi-dimensional, full experiential, genre-bending experience, y'all. You gotta expect a few jump startles now and then.
try to love in vain, keep reflections behind. Dead in bed, thinking sorry with nothing in mind. When they tell me what they told me, like I told you in a daze, it took me a face to face. There's a place for all of me to hide. In the web is woven
Come on, sad broken glue gun. Give me some glue. Yeah, frost burned my finger a little bit. But at least I didn't cut it off. Always a silver lining. Stupid glue gun. Why you do this to me? I mean, I know why. It's because I pushed it too hard once. It couldn't handle the pressure. Literally. So now I have to manually push the glue gun in, or the glue into the back of the glue gun, because the trigger just busted. So, the important thing, as far as I can tell, is to have a nice flat line across here that's even with this side and this side. So, stick the letters on, that will be nice and even. And not falling down like that. Come on, yo. Step. Yeah. My lips are gonna taste so bad tonight. It's the worst when I use a lot of that canned air. When I'm out here doing art and then I come in and I'm starving and I start shoveling food in my mouth and it tastes like whatever the nasty chemical is they add in there so kids don't huff it. Oh, this might be. Yeah, this should not take this long. My glue gun was working right. I would have been done like 5 minutes ago with this part. Man, it's the ubiquitous, every polymer clay tutorial music and DIY craft YouTube video. How did I end up with this in my playlist, you guys? Am I really making a cute polymer cupcake? Is that what I'm doing now? That's what it feels like I'm doing now. I mean, it's not offensive, this music. It's not like that Dracula funk one that kept haunting me forever, but it's just funnily out of place. Funnily? It's not really a word. But it ought to be. Now, I'm just going to pretend that the ridge is up there. Now we got to scooch all these words together. Together, better, forever. And the camera doesn't want to tighten. Stay. Look, I just bleached my hair. Doesn't it look great? Look at that great hair! Hi, 76. Okay. I guess the easiest way to do this is to go from the outside and just start scooching inward. Inward. Wow, no matter how you say it, it sounds like you're trying to say the N-word. Anyway, towards them, each other. So, Okay, idea formulated. That's how long it takes me to formulate an idea. What was that, like 8.3 seconds? I will lay out a piece of tape that is the length of the thingy thing. I have no idea what to call this thing. It's like a business card holder, video screen, like it serves 3 or 4 different purposes. Okay, that's this is painter's tape, so it's low tack. if I just stick it there now. And then tape this down. Okay. Now, do I want the bee hanging off the side? Nay. Nay, I do not. So I'm going to move this in. Touch. Give it a little more breathing room, as it were. Probably gonna need even more breathing room, isn't it? Because got an O and an F to fill in that middle space. So let's put it about here. I mean, I could also bring in the sides. They don't have to go exactly to the side. No, I'll just keep going with this until I see where it leads. Fresh OF. Okay. This definitely feels more spread out than this. Tough when you got an A and a T next to each other. Like if they're not pretty close, it always looks like default unprofessional kerning. AJ says, been reading the Green Princess trilogy by H.L. Burke. It's really good. There was only one thing that annoyed me about the first book, but aside from that, I liked them all. I'm about halfway through the last one. Cool. I hope you're leaving reviews. Assuming you're allowed to. Keep you up past your bedtime. It's generally a mark of a good book. Oh man, this is really borderline for me. I think this one's got to go too. Funhouse Trap. There you are. I usually review her books. I don't think they've been taken down. Yes, that is a quirky song. You were right about that. And in the right context, I would like it fine. Like if I was fighting a clown boss in a video game, I'd be all for that. Alright, so this is the middle, and so the F ends up being right above the middle. Gosh, it would be nice if that O just coincidentally was the middle. Gosh, it would be nice. But yeah, anytime I move stuff over, like, you know, push this L in further, although I really do want it to be a little further. And it just, see, that's the thing, like if it's close to the middle, then it's like really awkward. You want it to be either the middle or clearly not the middle. Now I'm trying to consider, do I want to, so my idea was to take each of these letters and sculpt rock, you know, a stony thing, so it looks like it's rough hewn around the outside and then like carved in to have this cool thing. Can the line go above and slightly behind the words? I could go up here. I wanted the words to actually poke up off the top so that you could actually see through them. Thought that would just be a neat effect. But it's certainly not a necessary one. So I want them to be like this. Ah. The line goes here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just to double check, there's no way to get the line in here with that, right? No, it just goes way too far down to the screen. Although, if this had like a raised thing like that, it could literally be behind it. Because in the logo, it's like breathing out the name. It'd be cool to emulate that. How much, I just see it adds a lot of gap to the back. And the idea is this is sitting, like the Colossus is over here, right? And people are looking this way, photographing the Colossus, and then getting the business, you know, the website in there, in their pictures. And if I have more stuff here, it just gets bigger and bulkier and goes way back there. I don't think I want that. I think little is better. I already have a giant banner with the lion head, so it's not like the lion head should be the focus. The point is this name, breathoflifedev.com. Want people to have that in all their pictures that they share on social media. They're like, check out this Colossus, you guys, and then because they're not going to tag me or the name of my thing, you know, no one does that. But if it's baked into the picture, they can't help but share. You do think the words look better along the top. Yeah, I like the bigger line better as well, but I just can't find a way to make it work that doesn't involve a lot more work that I don't have time to do, because I have, you know, 5 days left to be prepped for this thingy. Okay, which brings me back to considering how am I approaching these. Am I going to try to wrap epoxy clay around all of them? That's going to probably be hours of work. Or do I just carve right onto them? Let's see what carving right onto them looks like. Wait, this says cats can be a great diet tool. I'm trapped under them, so I can't get cookies. Yeah, that's true. I can't always change this later. This is revision number 2 already, so. So one thing I could do is make these letters just be like, make them look like they are solid metal rather than stone that has been carved down and have the metal in it. That would save me a lot of time. Guessing I can just soak these in water for half an hour and this paper will come right off. I say as I hold it completely out of view. It helps to have this little light here, because then, like, if my hands drift out of the light, I know I'm not in the camera anymore. It's like a targeting reticle. I've already established kind of the look of the metal on here. It's like this corroded, brassy thing. It's fine to have, you know, wobbly edges and stuff on these letters, which is good because I didn't work super hard to keep them from being wobbly. Oh, interesting. It's a different texture on the different sides. The side I ended up having them on is unfortunately a texture I'm not a fan of. But I'm pretty sure primer and a quick sanding over the surface will fix that. Oh yeah, the reason I wanted them kind of embedded in rock is because if they are sticking up over the surface like this, then, you know, when I'm transporting it and stuff, just bumping that can, like, pop them off easily was my concern. I don't want them to be easily popped off. But I could reinforce them just from the back, I think. I also don't need them to stick far over the top. Okay, I think I will soak these in water for a bit. It's like alphabet soup. Probably really crappy alphabet soup. Stir it up. I'm gonna make sure. I guess I just need to make sure every paper side is down. Probably do the trick. That aside for a couple minutes. Yeah, it's probably the most delicious looking soup I've ever made. I'm gonna use this tape again for when I space them out. So now I want to rebuild this a bit, get this established where it's going to be. The neighbors are trying to share their height. Yeah, man, we get that a lot in our neighborhood too. It used to be one house, and we would go on a walk, we'd walk by it, and you know, it just smelled like a skunk had died every time. And now it's like every third house smells like that. That's right, 76. That's how I feel. I wouldn't mind if it didn't smell so bad. You know, people do what you need to do to be happy, productive members of society, but man, why has it got to stink so bad? Okay, so this is a 20-minute fast epoxy, just so I can get back to the flush surface that it had. More or less. Yeah, sometimes it even seeps into my garage from the house next door. Alright, while I'm mixing this, let's do our shoutouts. Okay, on YouTube we have Ross Peter. Twitch, we've got Jason Pond. YouTube, Decant Far Cry, Descat Far Cry, Kim Robertson. Back on Twitch, we've got Pele844. On YouTube, Nocturnal Cookie, No OK, Kinjal Meta, Adrian Ramirez, Brian Brewer, Andre Ramirez, I'm guessing, Murillo Rodriguez, Xin Zhao, or Sign Juao, or Sein Juao. On Twitch, we've got Zetsui. Back on YouTube, Nandu Baby Wolf. On Twitch, we've got Nevin. I lost it because I was scrolling. Neventu. YouTube, Mario's Pepe. Naomi Armstrong Miller, Michael Rossing, Airbrush Mike Art Garage, Sierra 991X, Josh Curtis, Alex Kim, John Worth. On Twitch, we've got Mac Misfit. On YouTube, Tara Jackson, Orange Cone, a language I don't even recognize, but thank you, I appreciate it. Nicholas Menard, Bonnie Pleisch, Rosie Para, lost my spot again. Wait, oh, because I scrolled the wrong direction. I was like, I've seen all those names. NIQ on YouTube. Nicoian on YouTube. Spring Ghost 2 on Twitch, along with Hawaii Tomok, Mason Andy, and then back on YouTube, Jonathan Alvarez, Bud Life, Gandolfo DeFore, Karen Hattenbaugh, KK Babu, Babao, Circus Yeso Julian, Lucy Gonzalez, Lucian Alcantara, Astrid Blanc, or Blank, I don't know. And then on Twitch we've got Bookworm Blue and Where? Thank you everyone. Thanks for joining me on this journey of discovery and frustration. Sometimes stress, sometimes joy, sometimes exhaustion. We run the full spectrum here. I really should have filled that in with more hot glue. It's kind of a waste to use this stuff on it. Hot glue is a lot cheaper. No, I forgot to wash my brushes after last time. They will not enjoy the bath that they are in currently. Enough, needed more. Now that I can focus on mixing, I think I'll go a lot faster. It says, a couple of days ago, the entire duplex reeked of it, like we'd been smoking it or something, but we hadn't been, I swear. double twist method. Double twist, then smear. I think that's the fastest. So you roll a snake, you twist that snake, do your double twist, and then you make sure you're not just squashing it, you're squashing while moving your palms in different directions. Kind of get that smear in there too. Hey, Big White Shogun, how you doing? Just woke up past 10 p.m. there. Wow. That is, I don't think I've ever been on the schedule where I'm waking up at 10. I've been on schedules where I wake up in the evening, like 5, 6, 7 is probably the latest. I've never woken up at 10. How you doing? Is your back pain keeping you up, or are you just on a wonky sleep schedule? On no schedule right now. Muscle pain moving around your whole body. Ugh. That doesn't sound nice at all. I recommend not having that. Have you considered not having that pain? I'm not a doctor, but my dad's a dentist, so I feel what is the word? Wow. Yeah, I didn't get much sleep myself last night either. I fell asleep at actually a pretty decent time. Like, I want to say it was like 1 or 1:30 a.m. And then I woke up like half an hour later and just was thinking about all the potential futures. Could not fall back to sleep until something like, I think the last time I looked at the clock, it was nearing 6 a.m. That says, I'm considering not having headaches anymore, but I have to go to the chiropractor to fix that, and I just haven't wanted to schedule an appointment. Release your books, become a billionaire co-author. That sounds like a good potential future. I'll do that one. I choose that one. I'll do everything I can to make it happen. use the word pal? Usually just means like a buddy, a friend, a pal. Shogun says, I was dreaming about my job too, something ridiculous. Any dream about my current workplace is not a good dream though. Yeah, I very seldom have good work dreams myself. Okay. Now we are restored. This chunk, still don't know what I'm gonna ever do with that, but it's worth hanging on to. Put it in one of these random hang on to drawers back here. Okay, now this guy I need to fix. Or finish building out, rather. So that he looks more like this guy. And while I'm doing that, I should... This guy's got really wonky eyes. I had drilled the eyes out because I was going to have them backlit and have his mouth open for like the intro to my videos. But now I've decided if I'm going to do that, it's going to be a much larger one and built specifically for that purpose. And probably easier to do like in Blender. Okay, so let's mix some ODS. ODS. I bet the etymology of crumbly or crummy as applies to situations is like if you're eating food and it starts to fall apart and making a mess, it's because it's crummy, you know, it's got a lot of crumbs in it. It's just generally a bad situation. Look, I made a ghost. I'm done. I did my art for the day. Made a ghost. Sorry if that was too scary for you, Aletha. Did you have to cover your eyes? No, that's about equal size. Ghost don't bother you. It's funny, horror movies where monsters or aliens or, you know, guys with weapons are killing people don't bother me at all, but ghost stories actually do bother me. Like, they don't scare me at the time. They just make it so when I wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, my adrenaline, you know, gets up and it makes it harder for me to go back to sleep. Not because I actually believe in ghosts, but you know, it's your semi-rational, like, I really want to go back to sleep brain, and it's like every little noise or dark shadow or whatever, your brain is like, oh my god, remember, could be a ghost. You're not scared of something not physical, yeah. It's interesting how how brains work. Some people can be, but again, it's not afraid. I'm not afraid of ghosts. It's just my irrational brain in the middle of the night eliciting a adrenaline boost because it was exposed to the idea that something could, you know, startling could be hiding around the corner or in the closet or under the bed or whatever, you know. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Lisa says, I get that too. My brain says, oh my gosh, could be a ghost or demon after a horror movie. Hey, Spectre Dave, how you doing? You never wear gloves with Aves? What? See, I wear gloves with almost everything, so I'm just a little OC that way. No, I don't think you're gonna die. I mean, I take that back. You're almost certainly gonna die, but probably not from the Aves. Probably from a ghost. Ghosts are what kill people more often, I think. Supernatural stuff scares me more depending on the movie, but also unkillable monsters get me too. Yeah, something about monsters. Just, I've never been scared by a monster. I think I'm just too interested in the design. Like, it piques my curiosity more than my fear. Like, in real life, if I was being chased down by a monster, sure, I would definitely be feared. Spectre Dave says, only use pieces to fill bubbles and resin. Small bits. Oh, okay, yeah. Do you find that to be the best thing for filling holes? Because I find it just takes forever. Like, let's look at this example, shall we? No, wait, I have a better example. So many examples. So, like, here's a resin cast that's just riddled with holes, right? So tell me what I'm doing wrong with my technique. Maybe it's the tool I'm using. I'm using a metal spatula tool. Take a little niblet. Say I want to fill this hole here. Stick it in. Then I use, let's see, Aves safety solvent. Now in that case, I just didn't get a big enough chunk. Make it chunkier. That Red Panda, hey, thanks for following. Alright, so rate my technique. Am I doing this right or not? Bleeds, we can kill it. That's right. That's why I ain't afraid of monsters. Maybe my problem is just that I have a near infinite number of holes on this particular piece, and so I think this was the latest one. I was trying to use it to fill, and I was like, this is hopeless. This will never be done. Be way faster just to pour a new one. But I feel like I can still use this because it's going to be kind of embedded in a ruined pillar. So it's okay if it looks like the stone is all chipped and pitted. But yeah. Anyway. Predator the musical. Oh man, gonna check that out afterwards. That sounds good. No, I haven't checked that out yet. Last night I got I had to leave the stream in a rush. Heather needed help, and by rush I mean like, you know, half an hour. It's a good thing she wasn't on fire, because she would have been on fire for half an hour. Long, greatest intros, visual and musically, out there in my opinion. Oh wow, it's high praise. Definitely have to check it out. Have you seen Westworld? That has a pretty amazing epic intro. There's a lot of shows that have really great intros. Come to think of it, Game of Thrones is incredible. Might be my favorite ever, actually. Like, I love maps and I love clockwork stuff. Game of Thrones intro is both of those things. It's cool music too. It's like custom made for me. That Red Panda says, my girlfriend said Black Sails has a good intro, and I agree. Was that the one with John Malkovich? No, that was Blackbeard, I think. Thing. Let's find a thing to put it on. Out of larger thing caps. Oh, what's this? What's this? There we go. That's a good thing. Wish it was a stiffer thing, but I guess I could just press it against it like so. Like so. Speaking of Westworld, I love how the hand-played piano in Season 2's opening became more and more like natural in its hand movements and less stiff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always fun when there's like thematic expression of the progression that's happening in the show itself. I think The Walking Dead does that too, and like they make it more and more corroded as it goes. Darkadia. Hi, Darkadia. How's it going? Says, I think it was the prequel to Treasure Island, an absolutely fantastic TV show, and the intro, I think, has hurdy-gurdy. You gotta love the hurdy-gurdy. I got it on a flat-ish surface. Be able to transfer it to the surface of the tablet. What am I going to call this thing? Video frame, maybe? Let that chill for a couple minutes. Back to blend it in. Okay, now fix this eye. So you notice how this eye, he looks, actually he looks a lot like, is his name Tom York from Radiohead? Is that who makes OK Computer? Anyway, that's what his expression kind of reminds me of. You gotta fix his eyelids. I'm not sure how much of it is going to be carving and how much is going to be adding. Letha says, I said to myself, remember to put my jogging sweater away afterwards instead of leaving it where the cats can lay on it and get fur on it. Well, there it is, and the cats are certainly laying on it. They do like to lay on stuff, don't they? First things first, I think I'm going to try to get the bottom lid on both eyes to hug the orb of the eyeball better. added to my queue of YouTube videos to watch afterwards. So I feel like this eyelid is probably a little too low, and this one is maybe a little too high. This one looks kind of surprised, and this one looks like pissed off. I'm going for like stoic, bold bravery, not like annoyed anger or surprise, obviously. It's amazing how just shaving millimeters can make such a difference in the expression. Even on an animal. Here's the more neutral, original expression. Certainly the highlights in the eyes make a big difference. Yeah, they're not in this one, so after this pass, I'll try putting the highlights in and see if that makes all the difference. Itty-bitty, teeny tiny bit of eyelid. "76 says, that's what cats do." Yep, they lay on things. Dottie says, I sent you another pic of the eyes of my sculpture that I'm working on. Oh, cool. I'll check that out the moment I get free. this one looks like it's closed more than the other. Highlights. Daddy is sculpting a generic female. The eyes are a real challenge. Yep. This is neat. I was at a hard time with eyes when I sculpted two. Never really did people faces. Usually made animals. Daddy says, I think I took them out and re-sculpted them at least 50 times. But I think this last attempt is my best. You know, that's usually the case. Says I usually bake the eyes first and then put them in the face so they wouldn't get messed up while sculpting around them. Yeah, marbles are another good option for that. Oh. Stay. That feels about right. The highlights might be a little bit large, a little anime looking. I'll carve them down with an X-Acto after they've hardened to the exact shape I want. You gotta go, Big White Shogun. All right, man. Have as good a one as you can. See ya. Had a hard time finding marbles that were the right size. Yeah, that's a fair point. I just kind of collect beads and marbles and stuff over the years, so I have a large library to choose from. And while we're working on eyeballs, got a couple to fix on my Beaumark sculptures. Still has an unwanted scar on his cheek. He's supposed to have scars, but not this particular one, so I gotta fix this. See, it's like an air pocket under there. So any pressure I do sanding over that is going to kind of move it around. I'm gonna just see if this one patch works as it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm gonna have to like tear up part of this cheek and refill it in. We'll see. Okay, and then also the little highlights in his eyes got air bubbles in them. Might need to get a needle to get in that little space. Brush. Try it with my X-Acto knife. It's got a lot finer point. The other thing I wanted to do was reinforce this guy, because that's a little wigglier than I would like. Use a little strengthening as well. Oh, Dottie, you gotta go? Alright. See ya. Bye, Kenzo, as well. I think this is kind of miffed. I can't run a 99-cent sale on a $1.99 book. Yeah, that is really odd. Seems like a random, dumb, arbitrary rule. This one I was seriously considering chopping up and turning it into a hyper real piece, like doing what is that, felting stuff over the hair, or maybe just like actually, come to think of it, it'd be easier to just do real hair dreadlocks, punch them into the face, do the surface all glittery, and then do like a layer of skin over that to try to actually get the look that I really want for this character. The more I think about it, the more I want to do that, but not right now. Let's get green bow mark. Looks like you did pretty well, considering how incredibly thin some of these areas are. But I mean, it works fine since it's going to be patinaed anyway. That reminds me, one thing I wanted to do was to make a little bed for these guys out of the expanding foam so I could lay them down perfectly flat and run them through a saw to shave off, because you're only supposed to see up to... like, they're supposed to be shaved down like that, because these are supposed to be sharpened logs that are sticking out the side, and the way they are now, they look kind of like claws or something. But I purposely extended them long so that I could shave them down however much I wanted. Okay, but he doesn't need touch up, so great. Let me double check if I need to touch up any of my Rapunzels. This one just turned out to be a disaster. I put the resin in the mold really late in the resin's life, so there's just like massive holes all over it. But I think I'm just gonna leave it that way and just do a really grungy patina over it. But there are also parts that probably just need to be reinforced so they don't just snap while I'm handling it. Yeah, I've never tried doing a hyper-real half-scale bust. It might be easier to do it in a silicone that already has translucency to it, but I'm not sure because I want to be sure that I can get my little like subdermal sparkles the way I want them. It's such a mess. I'm gonna have to do a little carving on it after, but that's fine. It's fine, you guys. This part here, I just don't want the like flat plasticky parts. I don't mind it being all grungy, broken up, but the flat plasticky parts kind of ruin that look. Still conscious. Hey, thanks for following. Still conscious. I'm glad you're still conscious. I mean, unless you really need to sleep, in which case I'm sorry that you're still conscious. I certainly could use more sleep. Hoping that the look I can get from this is like those statues that they salvage from shipwrecks. So just have all sorts of like hyper grunge patina and corrosion all over it, but it'll still have some kind of beauty if you look for it, you know. Thinking of maybe trying to do the rust thing where you do the iron paint on it, then you do the rust, and then coating that with the bronze patina and seeing how that looks. So you get the texture of the, you know, the lumpy bumpy stuff, but also the colors of the you know, ancient bronze figure look. All right. Good enough. Check on our other two. I think this is the one I had to repair quite a bit, but it still looks fine. No. This was the first attempt and miraculously turned out surprisingly good. Okay. It's all that miscellaneous stuff. This is going to be, maybe I'll just cut. Oh, uh-oh. Shoot. Keep wrecking things by touching the lens. Oh man, did I break my camera? I need to not grab it by the lens. That's bad. So before putting all the detail into it, try to center it in such a way that these lines kind of flow into it elegantly. Seems like if it was here-ish. Following that curve would be quite nice. Oh, right, and I want to remember I need to have it tilted up quite a bit more because people are looking down on this. So I should really be doing it more like this. So one problem is the since I already have part of it hardened down here, it's not letting me cut it at the full angle, but I'll just sculpt it like this and then sand it to the angle that I need. Get this thing more blocked in before, because my clay is getting kind of hard. It's like a little lion chocolate. You know, all my stuff's starting to look like chocolate for some reason. this is actually centered. Here we've got 6 3/4. A little bit more than 6 3/4. Right between 6 3/4 and be about there. I would certainly count myself amongst the people who are hungry for chocolate. Just under 7. Just under 7. Sure does feel off center. I wonder if these are actually just not centered. That edge. Middle. Got 2, about 2 3/4. This edge to there. About 2 3/4. Huh. I don't know why this feels so wrong. It must have something to do with where I hacked off this middle part. It's not as middle as I thought it was. I'm thinking these lines probably do something like. I'm gonna round it down. But I want to put the writing up there before I do that part. Okay, so I'll just kind of leave it rough like this for now. Hey, Spring Ghost. Yeah, it's very chill, isn't it? Sometimes it's nice to be chill. That's for sure. Monochrome Moose says, "Hey Josh, can I have a link to your book if pre-orders are available?" Man, I need to figure out how to do pre-orders, don't I? The very best thing you can do is go to my website, and a little pop-up will appear, and sign up for my newsletter, and as soon as I figure out how to do pre-orders, I will send out a... I haven't sent out a newsletter in probably 6 months, so 7, 8, I don't know. It was probably spring was the last time I sent out a newsletter. But yeah, definitely once I figure that out, I will get that out there. Thank you. Thanks for asking. It's definitely on my list. I have a very long list of stuff I need to figure out. One of the nice things, silver lining, as it were, if I do get laid off, which looks very likely, maybe I'll have time to dedicate to getting all the self-publishing stuff done right, like the advertising, figure all that out, how I'm supposed to do the social media part of it. Definitely have time to do a nice commercial for the book, like a YouTube video for it. In an ideal world, well, it wouldn't be ideal because it would suck because I love working at ArenaNet, but in the next ideal world is I get severance pay, which will last me, a couple months, and then during those couple months, I get a job, but I can tell the job, hey, I'm going to start in May, so I can have all the time I need to get my book out there and do no WestCon right, etc., etc. Maybe this is fate making sure that all that stuff happens just right, so I can make the next Star Wars, but better. Star Wars, but better. That's our motto here at Breath of Life Development. Time to be a billionaire author. That's right. I could never be a billionaire. Any money that I make that would make me billionaire wealthy, I would be directly spending on making the Game of Thrones series, TV series for my Tales from Talifar. I couldn't just sweet, I'm gonna retire to my mansion on the beach or whatever. I just have no interest in that. Also, man, I don't understand people who give inheritances to their kids. I mean, I sure wouldn't mind if my parents gave me an inheritance of millions of dollars, but there's an age thing. I guess some people do, they do trust funds where the kids own, it unlocks at certain ages or something. So I guess that I could understand. I'm just thinking of that thing of the parents die or the kid turns 18 and they're all right, here's millions of dollars, be a good person. It's not gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get a good person like that. I'm sure there's exceptions. There's always exceptions. In general. This is good for this step. Set this guy aside. Perfect. That. And now let's get back to the tiles. Hooray, tiles. Okay, 76. You know, don't be cranky. Just go eat food. Food is good. Isn't it nice that we get to eat dinner? What a great world we live in. Uh-oh. Did I do anything? Oh, good. Okay. Use this anywhere. One way or another, this whole area is going to be patched over, so can't hurt to put my leftovers there. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna, since I need to go get a refill anyway, I'm gonna clean my brushes, get a refill, go to the bathroom, and BRB. Let's see, what's something pretty you guys could look at? I mean, Beaumark's always pretty. I'll let you look at Beaumark taking a nap. Alright. BRB. And forgot my paintbrush. Still going. VLC is unable to open this file. Oh, well, that's because I deleted it, dummy. Yes, I am having sound problems. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna shut you down. And clicking on that doesn't give me anything. Cool. Why are you popped up if clicking on you does nothing? Answer me this.